for the day is, चलो अच्छा हुआ कि गई भैंस पानी में. It's a old saying that गई भैंस पानी में, and it was used to be referred as गई भैंस पानी में, that is the buffalo went into the water. That used to be cited as something very useful, important, went out of the hand. कि आप कुछ अच्छा कर रहे थे जो आप अचीव करने वाले थे और आपके हाथ से छूट गया, उन चीज़ों को रेफ़र किया जाता था ये कहने के लिए इस मुहावरे के साथ कि गई भैंस पानी में. एंड टुडे आफ्टर साइटिंग दिस I thought to share one wonderful story. Today we are going to share a story, that's it, nothing else, no more discussions. And after the story I would be open for some live chats if anyone wants to do. So, चलो अच्छा हुआ गई भैंस पानी में, what does that mean? That means very simple, that whatever you have lost, it is good that you have lost, because the whole life, the every journey of life, the every stanza of life, every moment of life, every turn of life we are taking to gain something all the time and every time, which is nature and which is good as well. But what happens when you lose something? What is the first reaction, and what that mind gives the first stigma is, or how that piston behind the mind works is, when you lose something it gives you a hit back, and that ounces you by some quantum less instead of gaining little more. So the story that recites चलो अच्छा हुआ कि गई भैंस पानी में, story goes like this. There was a saint and followed by a few of his students. So one day the saint was telling the learnings for his life, and after that it was expected that in a coming few couple of days all the students are going to complete their learnings with that saint guru, and they are going to get on to their own lives being their own guru. So as a last curriculum, as a last project, the saint took his students, his followers, to a walk, and he said that today we are going in the afternoon and we will be back by late night or early in the morning, and everybody agreed to it. So they went on. When they went on, they saw a farmland, a bare land instead, but it's a farmland, a vast huge land, in the center of which a decorum house, a typical house of farms, was set out. And by looking at the farm, they understood that even after having a big amount of land, the person, the owner, learns to be not doing the things the way it is expected to be done. Hence he is not doing the farming which anybody else could have done it most wonderful way. So they knock on the door to check what it goes. When they knock on the door, a person comes out, they ask that is it your land? He says yes. Followed by him, it's his wife and 3 kids. And by looking at them, one can take a gaze and one can judge that they are going through a financial poor phase of their life. So by looking at that, the saint asks that person that is it your land? He says yes. So he asks that why don't you farm? He says that it's a big land and it's going to take a lot of time, lot of energy, a lot of investment, and many more things to do. And currently I am doing well in my life. So by looking here and there, the saint asks that what you do for living. So this farmer says that this is a buffalo that I have which feed around 10 liters of milk in the morning and another 10 liters of milk in the evening. So lump sum I get around 20 liters of milk every day, out of which a major portion I sell, from which I get some good amount, and a small quantum of milk we keep for ourselves which we consume, and we are living our life happily. It's okay to be financially down, but it's going good. I am happy. So on that, looking here and there, the saint realizes the situation, what it is. Then by that time the discussion goes on. It sets to be a sunset time, and the saint requests this farmer, not the farmer, the person, because he is not farming at all. He requests that if you permit, I would like to stay here in your place for a night, and by the morning we plan to leave. So the person with huge respect says that, sir, it would be my honor if you do that, and he allows. But he says that I don't have anything more to offer. I can give you a liter of a milk and some small piece of bread which is there with me. So they agree, they have that milk, have a piece of bread, and everybody goes to sleep. So this family goes to the house, inside the house, as a routine they go and sleep. The saint and his follower, his student, they sleep outside. When it proceed to the late midnights, about 2 a.m. somewhere, the saint gets up and he wakes up his follower as well, and he say that, get up, we have to go and we have to rush. So surprisingly this follower gets up and says, as it is the teacher, the guru who is saying he have to follow. That was the time how it used to happen. So they get up, and then the saint say that the only thing we have to do is we have to take this buffalo with us while going, and we should not tell this person, the owner, about it. Agreeing to the teacher, the saint, the follower takes the buffalo and walks the path with that saint. They crosses through some forest, and when they reach a place from where it would be very hard, and they see a pond filled with water, and in that pond they leave that buffalo and they proceed their road, and they reach their destination early in the morning. So after this, as I said, that used to be the last session of that saint. After that the saint releases his students and everybody goes to their life. After a couple of years, the student becomes the saint now, and now he have his followers. He becomes a famous saint. One day, while talking to his followers, it comes to his mind, as he was traveling near to that village where they took that buffalo and left. And it comes to his mind that by believing my teacher, by respecting my teacher, I took that buffalo from a poor man, and without knowing the reason, just obeying the orders of my guru, I relieved, or I moved it to a isolated place which was full pound in the mid of a forest, from where a buffalo cannot get back to its own place. So he walks that path to check that person and say sorry and apologize. The moment he reaches that place, he becomes stunned by seeing that now that place, that piece of land, have grown fabulous. A portion of it is a big, huge vegetables grown up. A portion of it are the fruits that are grown up. Another portion with a beautiful building of the residence, and the last portion is kept for a grown garden. So he checks on to the place, and he checks on to the owner in that house, and he identifies, and then he says that, sir, you may not recognize me, but I've been to your place and I stayed for one night with my guru at your place, but it was a couple of years back. So on that, this person says that, sir, it's my blessing that I am seeing you back, because that day you left my house without saying anything. I felt bad, but on the same night I lost my buffalo, and it went somewhere. I don't know. After a couple of days searching, I did not find it, and after a month or so, I came to know from someone that that buffalo was there in that pond, and some other person from the village took it. Since that other person took it, now that buffalo becomes of his own, so I cannot take it back. So on that, the teacher, this saint says that, sir, we are really sorry. Then this person says that don't be sorry for that. Instead of allowing to speak ahead, he says that I am instead happy that मेरी भैंस गई पानी में. And then he says कि चलो अच्छा हुआ कि गई भैंस पानी में. And why did he say that? Then he say that once I lost that after couple of days, then when we all started to starve for food, I realized and I started to chop down the trees I had, and I sold the wood, and from that wood whatever money I earned, I brought a bull, and from that bull, with the help of the bull and the pieces of the wood, I started doing farming. And from that I grown up, and then I started vegetables, then subsequently the fruits, and then I developed a garden, I built a house for me. And today, after these around couple of years, today I am the most richest vegetable and fruit seller in this periphery, in this state. I own this, I developed it. On in reply to that, the saint asked, the student asked that person, that sir, if you know that you could have done it, why did not you do it before? Then in reply this person said that sir, my life was doing good, I was having that buffalo, and I was holding that buffalo, and life was going good with those couple of liters of milk and with some quantum of amount of money. Once I lost it, it went out of my hand. I realized that there are many possibilities that I can explore. जब उसकी भैंस गई पानी में, उसके बाद उसको पता चला कि अभी भी लाइफ में कुछ है करने के लिए, अब जिंदा रहना है तो करना पड़ेगा. So is the story with all. Whenever we lose something, जब हमारी भैंस पानी में जाती है, सबसे पहली बात है कि हमने भैंस को पकड़ के रखा है. We have tied it with ourselves. We don't know that whether we are tying that buffalo or the buffalo have tied us. And what that buffalo is. This buffalo is the current job that we are doing for couple of the decades now. We don't want to change the job. It is the same profile that we are carrying for years, with a fear that I may lose a job if I go outside, or I something could not work if I join a new company. The fear of continuing with the same life that we are doing, morning 9 to 5 and 5 to 9, and earning our salary and not going on to a business with a fear because the buffalo is there and the life is doing well. So this buffalo is also that which is holding our relationships, that I don't want to move out of this place because it may hamper my family, my parentals may feel bad. It might be the place that I feel that because of this colleagues, because of this society, because of this place, because of these beliefs, I am doing well in my life. If I change it by any stanza, it may hit me back. So this is that buffalo which we have tied. And until this buffalo goes into the water, we cannot explore the new opportunities. So the moral of the story is very simple. Try to understand which are those buffaloes in our life. Second thing, try to know and make yourself aware that whether you have been holding those buffaloes or you are being holded by those buffaloes. और जब तक भैंस पानी में जाएगी नहीं, तब तक बैल आएगा नहीं, और जब तक बैल आएगा नहीं, हल चलेगा नहीं, और जब तक हल नहीं चलेगा, काम नहीं होगा. And the moment you start starving for food, you do everything to get those pieces of bread on your plate by hook or by crook. Very wonderfully said, sir. I thank Amol, sir. Once again, I am happy that after a long time, I am also back on live, and I am blessed to have Amol, sir. Amol, sir was one of my first bosses in my life. So the sir says that should always come out. We should always come out of comfort zone if we want to develop ourselves. Exactly, that's the point. This comfort zone is one of the buffalo. This family is one of the buffalo. This colleagues attachment is one of the buffalo. This love for the company is one of the buffalo. This love for job is one of the buffalo. This love for paying those EMIs and saving pennies is one of the buffalo, and there are so many buffaloes we have. So that's the message I wanted to convey. So there are two ways to conquer our life and live it king size. One, it's your choice till the time have not turned that release your buffaloes and get on to the bulls, or time will anyways going to get your buffalo to the water today or tomorrow, right? We never thought that we would be sitting. Have you ever imagined that the kids would learn their schooling on television? Today that's a basic reality. Every kid is watching television to complete his schooling. So that way, why did that happen? That happened because the time have made us to do that. Now is the time to act upon and take it ahead, bring on to your bulls and get on to the work and live it the way we want to live it. Or else, anyways, time is going to teach us those lessons and going to get your buffalo out and onto the water pond. So whenever you lose something in your life, always say, चलो अच्छा हुआ कि गई भैंस पानी में. अगर नहीं गई है और आपको पता है भैंस कौन सा है, तो जाइए थोड़ा सा 2 कदम चलिए और उस भैंस को पानी में छोड़ के आइए. How to do that? Instead of closing this conclusion words with a philosophy, I want to tell you a very simple trick to do it. The one way is, see, I'm the moment I had my first bicycle, the moment I had my first bike, the moment I had my first car, it's the only car I have, so it's the car. So when you have that, when you have that bicycle, when you have that bike, there is an option to get settled with that bicycle and bike and put a stand and get routine to it. Or the moment you get a bicycle, try exploring for a bike. The moment you get a bike, start exploring for a car. The moment you get a car, start exploring for a supercar. That's the life. I won't say that run behind money, but I would always say that never stop running behind challenges before the challenges runs behind you. It's either way. Whether it is like, with this next beautiful sentence I want to conclude, that what does that matter how you live is whether you run the business or the business runs you. That's it, and that's it for the day as well. So thank you once again, and it's really wonderful. Let me thank each and everyone who are there. Meanwhile, if anyone want to say something or add upon something, please put it on comment. So I thank Srinivas Appari. Happy to see you after a long time. Virendra, thank you. Deepak, thank you. Rahul Patel, thanks. Aniket, कसा आहे बाबा तू, कुठं आहे आजकाल? प्रकाश मारकर, थँक यू. संदीप मगदूम, थँक यू. सनी सूर्यवंशी साहेब, कसे आहात तुम्ही? काका, थँक यू. देन राजेश भाटियाजी, थँक यू. सन्मती अष्टगे, थँक यू. सन्मती, हॅपी टू सी यू हियर. देन बसू काका, थँक यू. कुलवीर सिंग, थँक यू. प्रशांत अंबट, प्रशांत साहेब कशा आहे? प्रवीण कुमार, थँक्स. सचिन रसाळ, थँक यू. Sridhar, sir, happy to see you, and it's really overwhelming when I see that you are watching me. I'm really blessed to see you here. Sridhar sir is one of the most fascinating and prominent coach and a trainer. He masters into behavioral science, and he's far ahead of the standards that we have. He's an excellent guy. So then we have Ritesh Kudalkar, Amol sir, thank you. Tushar Liman, thank you. Nana Saheb, thank you. Shubham Hara, thank you. Pratibha Somwanshi, Madam, Namaste, thank you. Vinod Bharti, thank you. Amol Kognode, thank you. So that's it. So see you soon back, and we are closing the enrollment for our next program, that is You Are Your Responsibility. Those who want to enroll, get onto my post. The details are there. After this post, I will share the link to join the group as well. Those who want to get in can get in, and hope to get back as earlier. So see you soon back. Till then, thank you. Take care, and stay young, stay happy, keep pushing yourself.